Welcome back to another QBO tip. This week we're going to go through how to correct a duplication of income in QuickBooks Online. Fair warning, a little bit longer this week. I'll be as brief as I can. So, how do we create a duplication of income in QuickBooks Online? The most common, there's more than one way, but the most common issue that I see is that you invoice your customers, and then when the payment comes through the bank feed, you do not match that deposit to the open invoice. You add it as income again. So you got income from the deposit and you got income from the invoice. Two sets in. This is particularly an issue if you have two things going on. One, you're not current on keeping your records straight, and two, you've got multiple customers in a deposit. QuickBooks doesn't know that there's multiple payments in that deposit, they just know it's a lump sum, so it can't prompt you to match that deposit to the applicable open invoices. So now that we've identified the problem, how do we fix it? There's multiple options, but let's assume you've reconciled your bank before you caught your error. And again, this is the most common situation. So step one is finding and editing that deposit that's causing the duplicated income. You can see on Travis here, we have an invoice down here that's open, and it's prompting us to receive payment. We also have a deposit up here for the exact same amount. So if I click into that deposit, we can see that it's from Travis, it's put to design income, and it's for our open balance amount. What we want to do here is make sure that it's still tagged, received from customer is Travis. That'll link it to Travis's account, but we want to change the design income to accounts receivable. So what this will do is this will create a credit that we can use to apply to that open invoice to close it. At the same time, it's removing the duplicated income. Now, if you hadn't reconciled the bank, you can just delete this transaction and add it correctly from the bank feed. But, as I stated, we already reconciled the bank. So we're trying not to touch the bank numbers. So if I save and close here, you'll see my open balance now has gone down to 0 because I have a credit that I created and I still have my open invoice. So there's a ton of ways to receive the payment. Since I'm on his screen already, the easiest way is just to click receive payment. Now you'll notice, depends on how your settings are, mine automatically is applying the invoice and the credit against each other. You can see my amount received here is 0, which is what we want because this is a payment on this invoice. I like to take a look at the deposit date, 7/8. And I use the same date as deposit for the payment date. It's more accurate. It's what actually happened. Now your deposit to, it doesn't really matter what this account is. What you're doing is creating a $0 transaction. So if you do it into like your bank account, you'll just have a $0 line you just got to check off on your next bank reconciliation, which isn't a big deal. So, save and close. My open balance is still 0. We can see my invoice now is paid and my deposit is paid and closed. So, no more duplicate income. My aging AR schedule is right. My customer balance is right. And we're all set and good to go. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped.